Here is Brit Hume. And look, I mean, if I was Joe Biden at this point and Donald Trump wanted to debate me, I'd be like, no effing way. Dude, you lied last time. You either lied that you were tested and you came without having been tested with an entourage that clearly hadn't been tested, or you worse than lied and tried to basically get me sick from COVID. But
and your performance was completely inappropriate too.
Right. And also it's like, it was a total waste. Here's Brit Hume. Like, you're not going to get a second bite at that apple. I would, I mean, does anybody feel like they would miss out if there wasn't a second debate? But here's Brit Hume. Is Brit Hume still working?
I think he's like emeritus status at this
Emeritus?
point, basically.
He's a horrible human being, I think, Brit Hume. But I don't know him personally. I'm talking in terms of like his public pronouncements, of course. Here's Brit Hume on with Martha McCallum explaining how Joe Biden owes it to the country to allow this the super spreader to get near him.
This is, I do want to play this. It just came in, Britt. This is Joe Biden on the tarmac just a short time ago being asked about the second debate. Let's watch this.
They're going to be, and I'm not sure that what President Trump is all about now. I don't know what his status is. I'm looking forward to being able to debate him, but I just hope all the protocols are followed, what's necessary at the time.
Do you feel safe in the same room as somebody who still may have COVID?
Well, I think if he still has COVID, we shouldn't have a debate.
So he was asked that question, and that's how he responded, opening the door to potentially not having a debate if he thinks that it's within that time frame that's dangerous, Brett.
Well, look, haven't the medical authorities been telling us all this time that to avoid infection, you stay a certain distance apart and you wear masks, and then even in certain circumstances, you might have a partition.
I just want people to just take a breath right now and just contemplate where this guy is going with this. He's making it like, haven't the so-called authorities told us that, like, if you do this, you will catch COVID? You know, one of the things that the authorities start out with is like, don't go into a space with someone you know who has COVID. That would be like the baseline. You don't even need to be a doctor to get that if you know someone has COVID, don't go near them unless you are a trained professional in a suit to give them life support in some fashion. But he's going to pretend like we just keep hearing from all these like fancy egghead doctors that you can be safe if you wear a mask. This is just like, this is the idea that this guy can go on television. If this is where he's going with it, continue.
That separates you from others. And that way you can get on with life. There's a real need in this country to get on with life. And presidential and vice presidential debates are a part of that. So the idea that if the president is still potentially infected in some way, that you couldn't stage an in-person debate, I think flies on the face of all that we've been told about this disease. Now, if we're now to believe that all the precautionary measures that we've talked about, that people that are carrying the virus can transmit it despite distancing and despite masks and other precautionary measures, then we're in a whole new ballgame. I don't think we are.
No, we're not. I mean, this is just, it's like, how much money do you have to get before you go on television and say something like that? The reason why we take these precautions is because we don't know. They're reasonable precautions to take in the slight chance that someone around us might have COVID. But if you know they have COVID, they need to be quarantining. They need to be kept away from people. And then he's like infected in some way. There's only one way you're infected with COVID. That's if you're infected with COVID.
I do want to see that debate, though.
Put him in his own room. Put him in his own room. Put him in his own like little booth.
They could do it over Zoom.
They should do it over Zoom. But I mean, honestly, what's the dollar figure, Jamie, that you would get to go on Fox to say something like that?
I just wouldn't.
$2.5 billion. What if you could disavow it afterwards?
Oh man.
Just for that one spot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if I could use it to then turn around and fund a revolution immediately.
$65 million to go on and I don't know. It's just like how decrepit of a human being do you have to be to go on and say that? You know what I want? I want Brit Hume. I want Brit Hume to be standing in between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. How's that? You can wear your mask, Brit. You can wear your mask.
Biden's still wearing a mask like a cuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brit Hume should moderate, and Dan Bongino should be the Secret Service member who drives Trump around. I don't know why that offer hasn't been made yet. I don't know if Dan isn't a patriot enough, or if maybe his credentials, there's some reports.
Clearances need to be renewed, but I'm sure we can expedite that process for him. Let's get a petition
he should be
going.
driving Trump around.